All right, we're live.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. This is going to be an exciting talk. And again, this is going to be another talk about how, for some reason, I always pick a banger tabletop game so that the ones that have been on the list for 4 months now just never get off.
I just want to play fucking Warhammer, dude.
I know. I literally I was just like, oh, what game? Pathfinder or Starfinder, why not? And Starfinder rocketed through. To be fair, Blades in the Dark was ahead for a bit.
That is true. And also, another thing is you literally do have a Pathfinder YouTube channel. So, like, there's crossover. There's a lot more crossover with Pathfinder and Starfinder.
A little bit. Also, your mic is still doing the thing, by the way.
What the fuck?
But yeah, so it's been gosh. This week has been, well, this week hasn't been as bad, but last week was just getting everything nice and sorted. This week's actually going to be oh my goodness, we don't have music. I was like, man.
I told you. You might not have heard me, though.
I don't think I heard you.
That's probably it.
Let's see.
I mentioned that we should add some fun sci-fi music, and you just didn't respond. And I was like, oh, he's probably adding the music.
Yeah, I legit
forgot I
did
said
not
it.
hear that. Sci-fi, royalty-free music.
What about John Williams? Can we use John Williams?
No.
Why?
Why do you think?
He seems like a nice guy. I think he'd let it
YouTube
fly.
literally doesn't care. There's been so many times where people come up and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I told them we actually got for our Riptide game, we were using this one group's like mixes, and there was like no issue, nothing wrong, and YouTube was like, hey, I mean, we were making money from it anyway. But they definitely came on multiple times and be like, hey, this has been like demonetized essentially because it uses copyrighted music. And it was like, but we got their no. The automatic systems are literally just there to make a YouTuber's life hard no matter what.
Good old robots.
There we go. So yeah, it's gonna definitely be a much more difficult thing once we start doing more stuff, unless I just get my own music made, which I do want to do.
That would be really cool.
Have you seen Die, the role-playing game Kickstarter? Maybe? I'll have to look it up.
Giving that a peek real quick. The comic it's based on is occasionally jokingly described as Goth Jumanji. I'm kinda into it already. I'll say at the very least the art is pretty hype.
The art does look pretty sick. That, I'm working on my own game project right now, which I really need to set up time to roll or to play test it, because I've been done for so long now. Yeah, the art's pretty sick. Looks cool.
Got a lot of good it's also got a lot of good testimonials. Yeah, honestly, looks dope. Hopefully they get to make a cool thing out of it.
There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games I want to try out there like that. There's what was it called, Heart or something like that.
Yeah, Heart. That one sounds really cool. At least the setting is really dope. I have no clue how it plays.
Music's a little loud. It's also way more dramatic than I was expecting. Anyway, yeah, you know, and that's a great thing, like, about our channel, right? Is that when these awesome games come out, when there's these projects that are on the horizon, you know, we got a channel that if we get it pumped up enough people viewing, we might get access to some of these Kickstarter games. Be like, hey, do you want to try this out for your monthly check-in video or whatever? And so we might get to see some cool stuff, or we might get to help participate in that kind of stuff.
God, I would love that. I would love to find like a small indie like tabletop system that's just hype and get people to play it.
Well, and that's, you know, that's a great thing. Like, my vision for the channel in general is we're the source, we're the heart of tabletop, and people come here for all things tabletop, whether it's like community events or whether it's like checking out new game systems or anything like that. Because that's kind of one of the things, is there's a lot of channels on YouTube right now. There are some variety tabletop channels on YouTube right now. And there's a lot of channels purely dedicated to their game systems. And there's not a lot of channels that are very, like, open to different types of content, like lots of different types of content. Especially when it comes to community events. It's funny because, like, tabletop is all about, like, community stuff. It's about building the community, especially after a Critical Role. But there's been very little in the way of actual, like, community style content. So, you know,
I wonder if it's just because nerds are really introverted, and like YouTube might be just super introverted.
I think that's what it is. I think literally it's just all the people who start these channels or content creators are just like, yeah, I love talking about tabletop. And then someone's like, hey, you want to come and chat? And they're like, ugh.
They get scared.
No.
I mean, I can't fully blame them. I have my fair share of social anxiety. I've been a lot better about it, but I still like the idea of me being hit up randomly by some like content creator or whatever. Like if I was in that shoes being like, hey, let's do a thing together, I would also go,
yeah.
Thank you.
I have no reservations about such things.
Yeah.
I've always been one to take opportunities if they drop in front of me, so. But not to say that there aren't any. Like Knights of Last Call, I know has a lot of people come on to talk about stuff. Roll for Combat also has a bunch of people come on to talk about stuff. No Nats has definitely had people from the company come on, and No Nats himself has gone on to other channels to talk about some stuff as well. So it is out there. And to be fair, it's also one of those things where I don't want to make this channel either like the interview channel where we're known for just having people come and talk or whatever. I want that to be an aspect of it, and I think that's something we'll do periodically. But I don't want it to be like, oh, Bad Luck Gamers, they're kind of like an interview podcast or guest show podcast channel. I want us to be able to come down, sit down, talk table talk, top shop, talk about all the cool things going on, talk about fun projects or whatever. And good evening, Epsilon. And all that kind of stuff. Like, I want the channel to be everything, everything tabletop. People can come here to find all kinds of stuff because, like, I love Pathfinder, I really do, and I'm gonna keep producing archetype videos for Pathfinder moving forward as well. But if I can fill every other day of the week with other types of content, I think I'd be happy. And Pathfinder is still my favorite tabletop system, hands down.
Yeah.
So
it's a good one.
it's one of the ones where it's like I'll have a live play, I'll have some videos on it, and then we'll do other stuff like table talk and like the vampire video I just posted, everything, all that kind of stuff. Let's see.
I will shout out Wild Sea, the Wild Sea RPG. I've heard the name a few times, but actually like looking into it, that looks dope. That aesthetic is amazing. Also banger art, and they got a real fun like aesthetic going on. I am gonna have to look into that one. That's gonna be a bookmarked RPG system. So I've heard good things about it.
Thank you, Zeno. And yeah, that's exactly it. And that's the kind of thing, right? That it's that same idea. Different types of tabletop RPGs is what we aim to go for here. We want to make tabletop as fun as it can possibly be by doing it in so many different ways. I want to, when I get the opportunity, when I have a space to do it, and when I have people nearby who I can rely on to come and create content, I want to do a lot of in-person content, filming and doing just really weird stuff with tabletop, trying all different kinds of tabletop things, get some more highly edited kind of stuff like that. Maybe even do some board game stuff here and there, but I don't know. That might be a little too much because we already got so much what we're trying to do.
Do enjoy ourselves a good board game.
I mean, I love board gaming. Don't get me wrong. It's more of just a thing of like, we only have so many days in the week to produce content. So,
true.
But that's kind of the thing too. As like a lot of the people that we're planning on bringing on the channel, I'm gonna start this week. After this weekend, I'm gonna start getting into chats with some people, and we're gonna be trying to get other types of people on. And I'm not just gonna be talking to content creators necessarily. I'm not gonna be talking just to people who play the games or love the games. I'm gonna be talking to different types of people who are involved in the community. Someone who's running the Reddit forums, for instance, or people who love the minis. I want to get all different types of aspects of tabletop here to talk about it on channel, because we talk about, the normal stuff of tabletop, character builds, cool character ideas, running games. We do that all ourselves. So I feel like we need some little extra bits of input from different sources and different angles of tabletop in.
Totally.
So,
I love hearing from people who like view something I love in a different way, be it good or bad. I find it really fascinating to talk to those people. Also, anytime we get to discuss minis when it comes to tabletop, I will be very excited.
Yeah.
As the resident Warhammer fanboy.
I really need to work on my minis. I think the hard part for me as well is I just don't have good space for it.
It does hurt. I have forced my way to get like enough space, but it's not easy. Storing everything is a little tough.
Yeah. And just having the area to do it, but
exactly. You don't got a lot of space there.
No, we do not. And see, this is what I love. I love a bunch of people coming in and be like, check out this tabletop, check out this tabletop. We're going to.
I'm literally Googling each one that's sent.
This is good for me too, because this last time I was like, oh goodness, what games do I want to put in? I just pulled a couple out of thin air just to fit in. Of course, one of the ones I picked out just randomly won again. Poor Warhammer, poor Blades in the Dark.
I want to be an Imperial Fist so bad.
But understand. That's okay, because with Starfinder,
that's fair actually.
We're gonna be having giveaways. So we got 10 people in the chat right now, so I think we can talk a little bit about it. So if you weren't here for the last table talk, I went to PaizoCon. I got a bunch of swag, and I just so happened to have some swag that's Starfinder related. So, taking everything into consideration, I don't have everything quite pat down yet, so check out our Discord. I'm going to be putting the rules for the giveaways in a special channel on the Discord. Also, whenever we do the giveaways, I will also expout the rules there as well. But we will be giving away for the, actually we'll save that one for the actual session or one shot, that one. So we will be on the session 0, we will be giving away 5 sets of the Starfinder Armory book and a random flip map. I think they're random. I don't think they're all hospital. They might be all hospital, I don't know. But I think it's a random flip map. So we're going to be giving away 5 sets of these, which is not bad. I do believe this is somewhere in the range of like a $30, $40 value. And then on the session, the one shot itself, we will be giving away the Minis box, Planets Apparel, and the Critical Hit deck. 5 sets of these as well. So, we'll be giving those out, and the rules will be given at that time. We'll probably have someone on hand to get to the DMs. We'll also, I think, also get a widget for it as well, so that we can do it, purely randomly by everyone who puts into it. And these will be sent to you for free, no shipping or anything on your part, as long as we are capable of it financially and or legally. There's places like Quebec and Canada that it's a little bit hard. And of course, shipping overseas is a bit of a pain, but we'll try to make it work if we can. So
we will do what we can to make sure that a giveaway we run will be done ethically, legitimately, so we're not coming out of the gates with a just straight up scam.
Yeah. Well, that's not even what it is. It's just, we also want to be financially responsible. And True. We don't make money on the channel as of right now. That will probably be changing soon. But I still want to do this for everyone, and I feel like this is a great way to start. We probably will then take some time for the next giveaways, but this at least will be what we're doing for this one. So if you're excited for that, please check those out. Join the Discord. Check my Twitter. I'll be talking about all that kind of stuff there sometime in the following week. Also, this is going to be my official call out. We are going to be recruiting on the Discord, so you must be a part of the Discord, for the Starfinder one shot. So if you go onto Discord and you DM me and I find that you are on the channel, or in the Discord channel, DM me. We're recruiting right now. I think I'm going to recruit 4 people because I think Alex wants to be a part of this one.
Yep.
So we're recruiting 4 people. DM me and I will go ahead and we'll get that started. We're going to be doing a session 0 next week at the most convenient time for everyone involved, and we will be doing the session 1 the week after. So keeping that in mind, there is also on the Discord channel a rules section for joining our games. I believe it's located in let's see here. Where did that one get put? Schedule, introduction, game recruiting. It's under game recruiting? No. I know I put it on there. Oh, rules and channels, duh. Yeah, it's in the rules section under rules for participating in our live play events. Oh, Zeno, I'm so sorry. I wish we could. Yeah, that would be a little hard financially for us right now. We will expand as soon as we are able to do so, as soon as we have the funds to do so as well. I don't do the exclusion with anything other than just we have a single income household right now. So, I gotta not be a burden on my partner. And 5 things going out is going to be a lot, even if they're only like $12 a package. So yeah. But I will remember you, and if something comes up in the future where I'm a lot more capable, I'll keep in mind, and maybe I'll just send you an extra one because you're cool, so. But yeah, right now we have to work with the restrictions we got, and the channel is just getting started as far as YouTube is concerned. We are, well, you're amazing too, and if I'm so amazing, it's the least I can do. But yeah, we recently just passed 800 subscribers on the channel, which is a pretty big step. We're literally now I'm gonna say before the end of July, if everything continues as things have been going, this is going to be, we're gonna be actually at 1,000 subs and probably an official YouTube channel by the end of July, which will be awesome.
It'd be super cool.
We'll get a lot more opportunities. We might get some sponsorship availability stuff. I know Paizo has some special stuff for channels that have over 1,000 subs as well. So, we're gonna be able to do a lot more, and I can only see the channel growing even more than it already is. I mean, right now we're already at like 14 viewers in our table talk, and normally we're just getting to like 10, not even 10 sometimes by like the hour marker. So this is pretty nuts as is. Did well percussing going to bed. That's true. It's pretty late for you right now, ain't it? Yeah, well, thank you for being here. And yeah, so if y'all want to check that out, I will make an announcement after this table talk for those who want to join the game. So you all get to hear first the recruitment call for Starfinder. And with all that out of the way, we've been looking into Starfinder a little bit. It's got some cool stuff. Now, I am completely unaware of Starfinder in general. I've never run or been in a Starfinder game. I know loosely that it was based off of Pathfinder 1E systems, and they've added some stuff and they've changed some stuff. And we'll only be using the core book, so we're not going to have access to, I would say probably at this point, even 10% of what Starfinder has to offer. But what they do have in the core book, as I've seen so far, has been pretty cool. So I'm very excited about that.
I will say, I think it's very funny how you put that, as if we haven't just like literally spent 10 minutes before the stream looking on Archive and Nethys and being like, whoa, that's in here. That's what I've been doing.
I didn't say that. I said
we've been looking into it. It sounds like we've been like actually studying it. No, I've at least been digging on Archive and Nethys, and there's some cool shit.
See, our Starfinder campaign ended quickly with how it ran. The group wasn't super into the Monster of the Week style. Also, myself and the captain wanted to use shipboard weaponry planet side, which made a lot of combat meaningless. Yeah. I mean, any game system, especially during the era where Starfinder was initially made, is going to have some issues. It is much harder to find both Dungeon and Dragon. It is very hard to find both Dungeon and Dragon at the same time. That is true.
Pathfinder's so cool. Why haven't they found the path yet?
Yeah, they made a whole ass society just to find the path.
They made a second run at it too.
But memes aside, there's a lot of cool stuff. Why don't you talk about some of the cool stuff you found, Alex?
Ah, shit. All right, one sec. So there's one class that I immediately forgot the name of that kind of looks dope.
The Solarian?
That's the one. So far, the most I know about Starfinder is that it's in space. Which, not much different information. I love me some sci-fi, so it's always been something that's kind of been considering. Yeah, I'm slowly pulling it up. The Solarian looks pretty dope. I have zero idea how this would feel in play, though. Honestly, if anyone in chat is like a Starfinder veteran, please give some pointers, because I'm very interested in what the system has to offer. It looks like a lot of really cool weapons, alien races, a lot of customizability. Because the idea of Pathfinder's like overall customizability, but in a like setting and genre I can really sink my teeth into more with like science fiction, I think I'll be way more into it. Technomancer, or unless Mechanic's a separate one. I can see. What's the nano kite?
The nano site is from Tech Revolution, so we won't be using that one.
Your body houses an untold number of nanites. Cameron, please. Tiny machines that grant you incredible force.
I can't make Suzanne buy extra books. I'm sorry.
That is fair, actually. Ugh.
I don't know. That's the thing, Epsilon, is we do our best to accommodate everyone. Very standardly, it has happened on Mondays or Tuesdays. In the past, it has also happened on Wednesdays. Friday is also another possible day as well. And very standardly, mostly because most of the people I know have this time schedule, but we do our games around 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are flexible, or we try to be at the very least, but it depends on the grander group. I know Alex and I are on Pacific Standard Time, but I think both of us, especially by the time these games are gonna come out, will have a mostly available schedule.
Honestly, yeah.
So we'll try to flex as much as we can with everyone involved.
I have
at the
like
very
a few,
least
like no-go days or no-go like times. Like Friday is like my absolute like I can't. But most other days I'm open.
Yeah. So the least you can do is send me a message and say what times you are available. I'll put you on the list, and we go by priority of the order they come in. So people who come in first, I'll have a higher priority, but if they can't fit the schedule of everyone else, then they kind of get pushed off the list. So if you're interested, at the very least, just send me what times you're available, and we'll go from there. But
so you're saying I have the highest priority? So I'm like,
no, you don't.
The coolest.
If you're the only one who can't be there, I will kick you out.
No, you can't do this to me.
Too bad.
Not again. Stop kicking me out of the things I help make.
Too bad. Gotta go with what's fair.
It's not fair.
It's fair to me. I'm the only one who has to be there, so.
Yeah, you know what? I guess. I guess you're right.
All right. Here's our first in for Monday evening, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Starfinder is definitely a I think it's going to be a weird step backwards because we're going to be so used to doing everything in Pathfinder 2e that we'll look at this and like, oh yeah, this is how it works. It looks kind of similar. So I think it's gonna take me a few like double takes to make sure I'm doing everything right and not just defaulting to rules that I already know.
That's very fair, honestly.
So, I feel like, I mean, I ran Pathfinder 1, or well, I played in Pathfinder 1e. I don't think I ever ran a Pathfinder 1e game, but I know generally how Pathfinder 1e works. So I'm pretty confident that it is going to be pretty easy for me to get into. It's just getting used to the systems back then and how they were run. So
True.
Just trying a new game. It can't be worse than Shadowrun. It can't be worse than Shadowrun.
That's very true, honestly.
I also like Technomancer style classes. I like any classes that are not just straight out fighting classes in most games. Anything that lets me play with some variety and some utility, I love.
It's very hit or miss on my end, at least, because like the statement, and honestly, this is purely my own bias here talking. The statement, they're kind of like wizards, only makes me not want to play a Technomancer, but purely because I just don't like wizards. I'm not a fan of how they run in like other systems.
Okay, we got another person getting in on the one shot.
Hell yeah.
I will also state for everyone involved as well, these one shots are not going to be a full one shot. You might not get to finish the venture as it stands. We do as much as we can in a single session, and I try to orientate the sessions to encompass as much of the game as I possibly can, or at least as much of the game I think is relevant to the system. When we played Vampire the Masquerade, for instance, we had no combat, but we did have a lot of social and investigative parts, which I think is where Vampire much better stands out. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, we got a couple people on the Eastern time. That will be cool.
Eastern time? How's it going over there in the future?
Yeah. How's it going in the future? I'll be right back.
No, don't do that. No.
It should be like a minute. You're
I'm happy you used my proper title, Slug. I am a lord, actually, legally speaking. And intelligence is a dump stat. It is 100% a dump stat. Like, what can you use intelligence for, anyways? I am curious to see what like magic actually does exist in Starfinder, though. If it's like straight up magic, because it seems like the vibe I'm getting, and I have no clue how true it is that it seems like it is a sci-fi space system with a lot of fantasy elements built into it. I don't know how much of it is tech that's considered magic or like magic. Because I see shit like actual demons existing and like the Eldritch Plane and all that. The operative might be fun. I do like me a good rogue. I can envision myself playing a essentially rogue, like, silenced pistol thing, but that's kind of how I go, normally. Nah, because, like, who needs an intelligence skill? You need, like, one guy to, like, have a knowledge check, you know? And then it's like everyone else can be, like, you know, doing the cool shit and the stuff that matters. Like punching.
Yeah, Alex, we know that intelligence is your dump stat. You don't have to keep projecting. We know.
I'm not stupid, Cameron. I'm just min-maxing.
It's called strategy.
I'm making an effective build.
I do think, though, from what I've heard a lot, that Starfinder is just a slightly more fantasy style of Sci-fi. So I like that. That's kind of more my jam than just normal straight out sci-fi. We'll see. Again, the whole point is we get to try these systems out and we get to see all the cool stuff that they get to do. So
Oh yeah, totally. I'm excited to see how it blends because see, like I'm the opposite. I prefer pure tech sci-fi. To an extent. I like it when there's weird magic systems, if there are those, but I usually prefer just straight tech because I think it's more interesting. Because I always care a lot more about the weird fake science and tech that people come up with to justify stuff rather than hand wave its magic. Then there's the lazy end though of hand wave. It's good. It's like archaeo tech. We don't know how it works. So it goes on.
I was about to say, like, space tech is literally most of the time just mumbo jumbo.
I like the weird tech words that make it feel like I'm reading something smart.
I like feeling smart. I thought intelligence was a dump stat.
It is, but I still want to like feel intelligent. Even someone with like an 8 intelligence can still roll like a nat 20, you know?
To be fair, Star Wars can be very straight sci-fi if you orientate it that way.
More times than not, it does read more like a fantasy. But
it reads when you look at all the like books and stuff because the high emphasis on the Force in one way or another. But there's a lot of straight techie kind of stories as well.
Yeah, that is true. I imagine there's a lot of that in Legends, like a lot. Because primarily a lot of it does read like it is, like the tech always takes like a backseat. It's just a thing that you have to like say, oh yeah, there's space tech.
But yeah, I really do want to run a solid like space or like a solid sci-fi at some point.
Oh, 100%. I mean that's one reason I'm fucking gunning for Warhammer so hard. I want us to do like a pure sci-fi thing. Because that is my jam.
Because I also like some of the technical elements. I really like things that make a lot of sense. So if the science makes a lot of sense to me, all the better. That I like magic systems are like that too, though. I like magic systems that have a very definitive like method and rule on how they work.
Yet another opposite. I prefer soft magic systems.
Yeah, I know you do.
I like to be told like this is a thing they can do, and I'm like hype. Hell yeah, they can.
But yeah, so goodness, we got so much. It's so hard. It's so hard because a lot of what's going on right now is just waiting. Waiting is so agonizing for me.
True.
In so many ways. A lot of it is just straight up like, oh yeah, we might have someone come talk on the channel, but first let's give some time since the last time I spoke to them, and then once we do talk to them, gotta wait for a response, and then once I get a response, gotta set up a time. So it's like a week or two out maybe, and then the channel is growing, but you know, I can't force growth on the channel any more than what we're doing. The channel has been growing at a phenomenal rate though. Last time I checked, we were at like 120 subs in the last 28 days or something like that, which means that number has been going up and up and up and up. And it's going to be a little hard going higher than what we're currently got right now because we've had a lot of good growth recently. And doing even better than that would be pushing things. But I feel like with the new content coming out, with the giveaways coming out, and with the way the channel is kind of shifting, especially because the archetype videos are becoming more and more shown to people. A lot more people are finding the archetype videos because, again, there's actually not many channels that really do archetype videos, not individually anyway. So I think once people find that they can find any archetype on this channel, or at least most of them, the channel will start growing even better, even faster. I also have some tier list videos coming out for the archetype videos here soon. I'll have an expanding tier list video where I'll do like archetypes A to B, and then I'll come back after like C to E or C to D, you know, or a seeded, yeah, seeded, depending on how many are in each category. And the tier list will just grow with time, but I definitely can't do a tier list with all the archetypes in one go. It would take 10 hours. It would take way too long.
100%. 100%.
So I'd rather do 10 1-hour videos than one 10-hour video. And not only that, but because I don't know if there's actually anyone who's even bothered to make a tier list for the archetypes, I might have to make the archetypes myself using like the little images, or whatever.
God, good luck with that. Hope you got the snip tool on Shortcut.
I do, actually.
Good.
So it's definitely one of those things of like, we got a lot coming up, and not only that, but with the channel and where we're moving forward with all the content, different types of games. I mean, we have a wonderful audience here who is more than happy to throw game titles at me. I really need to start writing them down.
I have them open in a tab. It's fine. I have all 3 of the ones that have been suggested.
We're going to be checking out more game systems. We're going to be doing more stuff. I am currently in the works of setting up a PvP system where we're going to have a PvP tournament. And it's going to be a big community event. And we're going to... It's going to take some time because I'm still getting everything structured. But it's going to be a tournament where how you narrate your fighting is going to be just as important as whether you win the fight or not. So we're going to get hardcore into actual like making PvP style content, which also doesn't really exist that much in the RPG space. We're going to be doing a lot of really, really fun stuff. And not only that, but I'm going to be doing a lot of fun stuff with our community, because community is going to be a center of focus so we can score points on narration. Yes. In fact, how well you narrate, how well you use your environment, and how well you take your shots, in a sense, are going to be the predominant amount of points, though whoever does win the fight will get an edge in points over the other. So if both players are role-playing equally, whoever wins the fight's going to win. But if one player is just running a min-max build, isn't role-playing, isn't doing nothing, they're going to get squashed in the tournament. Because we're not here to just run stats at each other. That's what nerds do. We're here to tell amazing stories using stats.
And not to be nerds.
Yeah, we wouldn't be nerds. Okay. But what makes tabletop awesome is the roleplay itself. You want people just throwing straight numbers at each other? Go watch a Warhammer tournament, because that's literally just throwing how many dice and percentages at each other.
Very accurate.
So how the tournament's going to go is there's going to be 3 judges, and then there's going to be the DM who's running the game. Though the DM's only going to be there, a lot of it's going to be in the hands of the players. The DM's only there to adjudicate the rules, more or less, to make sure everything is run appropriately. But there's going to be 3 judges. Every time a player takes an action, the judges will score that action based on the type of criteria that we have set out. They're going to give it a score, and then at the end of the fight, the scores are going to be averaged out, and then the judges' scores, their end score, are going to be averaged out, and the player with the highest points overall will be the winner, with whoever won the fight getting an edge in points for that fight. I gotta run the math, and I want to make sure that winning the fight is important, but I don't want winning the fight to be the only thing. If someone comes in and min-maxes the numbers out and just makes a better broken character than the other player and doesn't roleplay with it, they're not going to win. That's how it's going to be set up. Winning the fight isn't important. What is important is how you roleplay. But if both players are roleplaying well, then it's going to come down to whoever wins the fight. And that's going to be the strategy, and the actual tech is, can you roleplay well while playing the character very thematically? Actually, a beta tester for an Italian indie tabletop RPG, modern setting, very realistic and rules heavy, inspired by the SPC Foundation. If you're interested, I'll ask the creator if you can meet. Ooh, that's something. Sorry,
please do, because that sounds awesome. Actually,
that does sound awesome. Yeah,
that sounds like a really cool system. I would also like to talk to this person.
All right, do it for Alex, because I'm really, really busy. So once things get more underway, things will get easier and I'll be able to branch out more. But that does sound interesting. And I would like to take it. I just don't know when in my near future that's going to be coming up. So, but yeah, so we're going to have a tabletop PvP tournament. Players get to come in, show their role-playing chops, show their character chops. And it might, if it gets popular, it might even expand into a WWE style. Like, players can ask for grudge matches against other players back, and we can make a whole narrative around it. I think it'd be really fun.
I think it'd be really fun to set up a lot of different like scenes for it to make it feel like the judges aren't just judges; they're also like how it's coordinated is like they are like the WWE like side desk. Like they're the ones commentating in a way, not commentating over it. Yeah, it's gonna be some good work.
What I was gonna do, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I was actually planning on that as well. The judges will be the commentators, and essentially after every round, there will be a minute for the players to kind of strategize. A minute or 2 minutes for the players to kind of strategize what they're going to do in the next round, and the judges will get to comment on what the fight is and everything like that. So.
Oh my god, I hope the judges can be in character. That was an
good night,
excellent
Zeno.
round,
Thank you so
Jim.
much for being here.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, no, like I said, if especially we can get a run through, like a thorough through narrative through some of the tournament fights, some of the character interactions, have the judges in on it as well. I think it'd be really cool and very interesting. The biggest thing preventing me from starting at least anytime soon is just the number of people required.
Yeah.
At minimum, I'm going to need 12 people, I think, for a good tournament. I could probably get it down to 10, but that would be less fights overall. So, and not only that, but we'll have a live play of the tournament. And then we'll also have the cut, edited down, high action style videos for YouTube. So overall, I'm very, very excited about it. It's something that I'm very interested in doing as far as community events, because also, like, who hasn't daydreamed about one of their characters in like a tournament or like facing off against other people who are badass or whatever, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure anyone who's ever made a character has always thought like, oh god, you know, what if my character went up against this badass NPC or whatever from the system? So
man, it's gonna be such a cool project. I think there's definitely a lot of what's the word? Like, good things can come of it.
A lot of potential.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the Ruby Phoenix tournament arc is about. Actually, my fiance, I think, will run that one for us after we get done with Age of Ashes. So that'll be really fun. But yeah, so I mean, again, it's all about boosting the community. We're going to have unique events here. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. We're going to have the players come in. We may have content creators participate in future tournaments. Like, if we can show that the tournaments are really fun and are really hyped to watch as well, I guarantee we'll get other content creators just watering at the mouth wanting to participate. So, oh god. We're an hour in and there's so much. I have so much just on the table as far as what we got for the channel. going forward. And with Starfinder coming up and the future giveaways, like I legitimately feel like the channel is going to be growing really fast really soon. So, oh gosh, I don't even know if I'm ready for it.
I'm definitely not.
It takes a lot of work, honestly. I'm very glad that we've definitely been getting... Our chat has been so popular lately. I'm very happy we got so many people who are interested in what we're doing and what's going on. And, you know, a lot of the people here, you're getting on the ground floor. What could be one of the biggest tabletop channels in the future? You never know. Every tabletop channel had to start somewhere. All we need is just some viral content to go out, and we'll be set. All good. And I think that's another thing as well, is our channel has been growing this well, and we have not had a runaway video yet. We haven't had a video that suddenly got like 17K, 20K views, you know. Like a lot of the other big channels out there, especially in the tabletop space, a lot of them had a lot of sudden growth after like a big event happened where they get one video that gets like 20K views or whatever. Our channel is doing really well without having that happen yet.
That's true. We're just getting it's very like just normal growth, like regular growth, rather than like one thing burst of subs.
Yep. So if we keep building the foundations, if we keep building towards something better and better and better, we could be doing big giveaways. I could be like, who wants the whole Pathfinder book set? A $300 value.
That would be pretty hype.
All right, we got another person here.
Damn.
Yeah, this one has been pretty good. That means we got one slot remaining, though don't feel afraid to throw in your hat at the very least, because if someone doesn't work out for whatever reason, we'll be continuing down the list for people who come by. So. Oh, God, which is so much available. We got pretty close to 20 viewers at one point. If we get to that, all right, we got a fourth member.
Damn, all right.
But like I said, don't anyone feel like you still don't have a shot. We have a bunch of people from different time zones going on right now. We got to get a day sorted out. There's a high chance that someone might not make it, and thus we'll have to get some more people. So don't be afraid to throw your hat into the ring. We're going to be doing, we're going to definitely be doing a lot of fun stuff. So I'm very, very excited. But, oh, goodness. Is it? Yeah, that's nuts, because now that's going to keep happening too.
What, like you announce it and then zoom.
Announce it and a bunch of people just join in right away. But yeah, oh goodness. It's very exciting. You know, Alex, because you're kind of my co-conspirator at this point.
It's a good way to put it.
What potential future channel stuff are you excited for?
Main thing I'm always hyped for every month is just the new system one shot. It's the thing I enjoy the most because it's an excuse for me to try different systems. And also, I do find it fun too when the few times we've had like someone from the community play with us. I think it's fun. I like and enjoy meeting new people in a tabletop space. I find it enjoyable. So like, that's honestly the big thing. Um, I mean, yeah, it's purely selfish reasoning, of course.
No, I mean, it's selfish on my behalf too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying I want to be the heart of the tabletop community. I want to be where everyone comes and goes, you know.
I finally got a chance to try Lancer because of this.
Lancer was a good ass game.
That's
honestly,
so
I would not be too unhappy if we played more Lancer in the future.
It's real fun. Like it's ridiculously fun. VTM was really fun. I honestly I'm happy that one VTM's good, and like if for some reason I ever do more VTM stuff, I have a character unlock. Because I do like the character I made for that one shot. I think I could develop him a little stronger, and like I just really like how it let me go full like visual calculus, like reconstructing a scene in a very strange way. That was like real cool, because that's exactly what I wanted out of that character.
All right, Dead Phoenix, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's any fun projects. If you well, maybe you can think on it for a bit, but if you got a fun project, because you know, I consider you like my creative collaborator on what we do here as well. So if you have any fun project ideas, though knowing you, it's probably just gonna be weird, like abstract shit.
Maybe. It happens. I either can come up with a weird abstract just for me piece of content, or I'll come up with a crowd pleaser content idea, because it seems like those are the two things I'm capable of. If it comes to like purely this channel, I actually got the fucking gears turning for the PvP tournament now. I'm getting ideas of how to format it, and I actually could also help create it so there's like variability in scenes, either through like use OBS, right?
Technically Streamlabs, but yeah, it's OBS technically.
That's true. Making a lot of interesting scenes. There could be some fun transitions. I have a buddy on lockdown that I could probably get to help us out. I might, you know, I'll find a way to persuade him to help us out. That's the best way to put it. Where he's actually a VFX artist.
Ooh.
So I could find a way to make, at least like for his sake, so I'm not just asking like, hey buddy, I need you to do purely free work for me. I could help maybe get his help to make some fun transitions. Like to make it feel like it's an actual like sports broadcast.
Yeah, and of course we can accredit everyone who works on the project, so
oh yeah, totally.
Stuff for their portfolio, you know, we're definitely free to do that.
I think that one is one that I want to work very closely on. So I think I could add some like really cool shit to it.
I definitely also had some of my own ideas, so I think we can brainstorm on that and do some stuff, especially when it comes to like switching to the commentators, and there's some very fun stuff, especially because if we use something like Roll20, there's a lot of like scene stuff that we can do that would be very interesting.
I also, at least the one core idea I have is I think it'd be very fun if we made sure that the people judging it were also like kind of playing a character, like as in they can play up the commentator like character type. So I think that'd make it extra fun. Like instead of just three nerds being like, "Yep, that was a real cool thing," it's like that was a real good first round, Jim. What do you think about his prospects? Like that whole deal.
Yeah,
that would be more entertaining than especially that was a really cool technical thing.
Like Pathfinder appropriate stuff. Like, oh, imagine a player playing as like a Hell Knight. One of the judges is a Hell Knight. That would be hilarious.
I don't know how to tell you this, Jim. I feel a little scared to criticize this Hell Knight.
No. Like one of the judges is.
Oh yeah, no. I'm saying it also could be fun. That's another way of like, they're put in a position where it's like we can't really criticize this guy, and they're like, he's been trained well. I see. Like that whole deal. Like you can make a really cool like little like back and forth role play thing. It's just coming. It's you can make it also turn into a partially group improv like performance, and that would be really fun too.
I think something way, way in the future, once I have the disposable income, what I'd love to do is I'd love to, first of all, I'd love to have like 3 standard judges, like the same 3 judges come to watch everything. It makes it better for like creating a narrative between the judges and an expectation for the audience.
True.
But getting like 2D VTuber style models for the characters,
That would be fun.
that would be super cool. It would be very expensive, but I think as a future expense, that would be worth the production value. You just have 3 people sitting down and just their characters, like one of them is a flaming dude and the other one's like, I don't know, like a fairy looking individual, all kinds of fun effects. I think that could be really fun.
That'd be really fun. There's a lot of opportunity, so I think it would make for a really interesting thing. It'll also be a fun foray into managing a live piece of content where it's juggling a lot of different things at once, making sure people are ready. It's something I've always wanted to actually work on, is a piece like that, be it like a convention showing where you're in the backstage, make sure everything's right. Because literally that's one of the roles I could have in my like actual film career, of like become that content manager, production manager, producer kind of deal, where you're making sure everything happens at the time it should.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
well, yeah. So I think once we get to that point, we'll have you on that. That'll make things easier for me.
True.
And I mean, I'll probably be one of the judges, honestly. But that still means we need 2 judges and a GM
Exactly.
to monitor everything. So it's still a ways out, but I'm very excited for this project. Honestly, if we can make it like a thing, like imagine a tabletop thing where it's actually legitimately fun to listen to, gets very exciting, and then like the fans go crazy. They make all kinds of fan art about battles or animations over battles. Like, I think it could be a really huge community thing if we can get like the PvP tournament on lockdown.
100%. Also, I think the Dark Tournament is the only part of Yu Yu Hakusho I have any knowledge of. I've seen
It's because
a
the
scene
Dark,
or two.
it takes up literally like 1/3 of the series. It's a very long arc.
I know that he, main character man, shoots the finger guns at a guy. I think it happens often, so I don't know.
I actually watched a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho when I was younger.
I have seen what the characters look like.
I know who they are roughly.
I know what now that's putting a lot of supposed information. I know what they look like. I don't know their names. I know one guy has finger guns.
Spirit gun.
That's what it's called, really?
Yeah, it's spirit gun.
Huh. Yeah, I know that the main character shoots the pew pew from his finger, and he like goes like, "I'm gonna shoot you," and then I think at one point he's like, "I'm not gonna shoot you. That'd be bad." And everyone's like, "Oh, he's so noble." When like he should have shot the person or something. I don't know.
How to say the most openly like it could have happened in an anime thing ever.
That's vaguely my understanding of the series.
But yeah, oh gosh, we got a lot of fun. So I'm excited for these giveaways. I wanna see people like get excited and post their videos of like what they get in their mini boxes or whatever. And well, we're not gonna dive into a Yu Yu Hakusho rant. Mostly because Alex doesn't know shit about Yu Yu Hakusho.
Not in the slightest. It's not one of like the handful of anime I've watched. I thought he does do the whole shonen I can't kill you, that'd be bad.
I mean, it happens at least once.
That's more than 0.
It's more than 0.
So I am correct.
Yeah, like I said, you just said the most bland, open-faced, like, probably happened in any anime thing ever.
True. true, honestly.
It's like, remember when Naruto could have Rasengan that person but decided not to?
Fuck some Rasengan.
But
Isn't
yeah,
it like just a running Kamehameha?
yes, running Kamehameha.
Cool. I feel so learned.
You know, honestly, Alex, I would love to have one of your characters as a judge as well in a tournament.
I think, honestly, I would like to be a judge on it. I think I could make a really weird, interesting character for it. And playing that role sounds like great fun.
It does sound like a lot of
It
fun.
sounds like a great time. It's just how do I want to take it? It would be the question, which would just be figuring out what the group dynamic for a thing would be. But that'd be a fun role. I'd take that role.
I'm very, very, very interested in so much, and I can't wait for the Starfinder stuff as well. Starfinder's got so much fun-looking stuff in like Archive and Ethos. Well, I'll get the book because today was the day that like everything got officiated. So I got the book set up, and I'll be looking over that and crafting adventure. I definitely don't think this was going to be one of the harder games I've ever had to run. So that will be good for me because I am a little behind on some of my project work right now. But God, I got so many videos in my backlog right now.
Oh man,
it's rough because like I'm like some days I make a video and I'm just like, okay, I'll just record something so that I'll have like a little bit extra. And then it's like I have something extra, but I also have no time now to put it in. So it's definitely I can't wait to have an editor. I really can't wait to have an editor. At least one. Cause it's just editing I'm okay at. I'm an okay editor. But it's not anything I'm passionate about. And honestly, with everything I'm doing outside of producing videos, talking to people, getting ideas set up, planning future events or whatever, I just don't have the willpower sometimes to sit down and just do a lot of really good editing. Like, honestly, the vampire video I just posted today was kind of garbage. I honestly should have reshot it, and I could have done a lot more as far as editing is concerned with that. But I had to get something out, and I didn't have anything else available at the time. So
yeah.
And well, I do, but I don't. I didn't have an archetype video set up at the time, and I the vampire videos are also like a week or 2 weeks behind because I still have to get my final thought video on it. So
That is true.
like everything's a little out of whack. Starfinder will be a lot easier, and I feel like Starfinder I'll have a much better grasp on when it comes to commentating on it. The other problem with the vampire stuff, literally like the weekend after we did it, I think, I went to PaizoCon.
That doesn't help.
Like when I made the video, I was already getting rusty on everything that had happened. So it was not a good move. I should have done everything sooner, but at the same time, I'm so busy. I'm the busiest man with a job that pays me $0. It's rough, but you know, like I said, our channel's been growing really, really well for not having any breakout videos. Our highest viewed video is 3.7K, which is good. That's a good video. And honestly, if you look at my videos compared to some other channels, like the popular upload section, they'll have like a video that's like 20K, but then they'll have a lot of other videos that are like 1K, 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 something like that. In all my popular uploads, they are above 1.5K, and most of them are in the 2K range. So even though we don't have as big of hit videos, we don't have like viral videos like other channels do, our consistency is really good, like pretty through the roof for a channel our size.
Good old
And
consistency.
it's important, because are you going to go to a channel where they sometimes have a banger, or are you going to go to a channel that has pretty decent good videos like all the time?
Yeah, that is fair.
And we're getting better, like not all of them, but some of our videos are even hitting 1,000 views in a month, and that's pretty good for a video or a channel this size. Literally have 803 subscribers, so it's like more than the people who have subscribed are watching this channel pretty regularly. It's just all about boosting the numbers and doing community events, and having a very good idea for the channel going forward is going to be a big part of it. And it's all up to you guys as well, what games you tell us you want to participating in our one shots and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's no point in building a community that no one participates in, right? I want people to feel free to come onto the channel and actually do stuff. So it's a big project, and it's going to take many, many hands and many, many views to get there. And any of you who watch the videos regularly are helping with that. And I appreciate that. And even joining and be sitting here in the chat with us, like, eventually the chat will just suddenly explode. We'll get over 20 views, and then suddenly we'll be at 50 views, and we're going to have a lot of people coming in and chat. And that's because of all the people who come by dedicated watching our live chats, so it's a group project. And while I'm doing a lot of the work, every little bit that you all put in, don't forget to knock on wood.
Done so.
This table's not made of wood.
Mine is.
I'm confident. I'm pretty confident. Honestly, like, I made a prediction we'd hit 1,000 by the end of July back in, like, November. And even though we had a month or two of just, like, lower than average views or whatever, or subscribes, we've managed to come back and make up ground that we lost before. So I'm pretty confident that what we got coming forward is going to carry forward. And this is as much for everyone else as it is for me. Like, we're going to be doing all kinds of fun tabletop game systems. You want to find out about a game system, you have someone that you've seen all their content before, and you can rely on their opinion talking about new game systems that you might want to check out. We eventually, our Discord will get to the point where people will be running games in the Discord, of different game systems, not just Pathfinder.
That one I'm excited for. I can't wait for people to just vibe in, like, VCs and stuff on our channel.
For real. And I also plan on in the future having, like, hiring some DMs to DM games on the channel, doing stuff like that, even if it's just for like a week or so, just giving places for players to come and find games when they normally can't, get that role-playing itch out. Like, I definitely want to make a channel where people come to participate in tabletop in one form or another. And we got it. We got people chatting in the Discord, talking about all kinds of things. We've had some game recruitments happening in the channel. We got people talking about Warhammer. We got people making memes. Like, it's been very heartwarming to watch the Discord grow over these last, like, 8 months, 9 months.
Remember when it was just empty?
I remember when no one was there, yeah.
The barren wasteland.
Also, I love currently on YouTube, the image for, like, the live is just my empty chair. No one there. It's very funny.
That's great. For mine, I just refreshed it. It looks like you're just staring, like, wistfully into the distance, like remembering a fond memory.
Poetic. But gosh, I'm tired. I mean, I get so worked up every time we have table talk now because so much is coming down the pipeline, and I'm so excited for it all that I just talk myself into exhaustion. Every time now it's been happening. It's hard. It's hard to be hyped all of the time. I'm getting old, man.
True, though. Good old,
Shut up.
I'm in the prime of my life right here.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Cannot relate.
I'm sure you're quite the specimen.
Honestly. I've been regularly hitting the gym, powerlifting.
I don't know. Is that a fun video? A bunch of people are going in LARP gear to go work out. I think it could be Mimi.
Maybe. You run the risk of that being cringe. Is the problem.
What Mimi stuff isn't cringe? And also, one man's cringe is another man's good cringe.
True. But, like, at least from me thinking about it in a content thing, if I stumbled across a video of a bunch of people in LARP gear going to a gym, I picture 2010 cringe. Like, we bought foam level cringe. But also, I cannot stand content that has to do with people in public being weird in public.
I also do not like that. I'm also not very into that kind of content, if I do say so myself. But that's the thing about being a content creator. Sometimes you just do stuff that, honestly, how many times I've watched content creators' souls die because they have to do something very cringy because it works on their channel. Sea Dog VA, watching his content, you can see the times where he's doing something really, really dumb or very, very cringe, and you see him just kind of wither, but he does it because it gets viewers, it makes clips, it makes content.
Oh, this guy. I know this guy. Yeah, he's done content with the streamers I like, so I know him.
Yeah.
I will mention at least an idea that I think would be way, way better. I do like the idea of people in full plate, like, lifting weights. That would be fun. That would be a fun, like, video. LARP gear, not as much. Full plate, having to do that stuff, that'd be real funny. Also, I was never... I have no... I mean, I've only seen from the outside what any LARP stuff is. I have no knowledge of it.
I mean, it can be as high or low quality as you want it to be. LARPing is just cosplay in action. Is all it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, you know, it's undeniable because, unfortunately, you have to look at channels like Logan Paul, where they did all that super cringe stuff, but it was super popular.
It worked.
Like, there's an audience for it. It's an audience I don't agree with, but there's an audience for it.
Yeah.
I do want to do a lot of fun random stuff. Maybe not that cringy kind of stuff, but like I do want to do more stuff in the tabletop space. Actually, that sounds right. Super funny. Imagine a bunch of VTM players going to the gym in their vampire outfits, just doing squats in a full suit and everything like that.
That would be very strange.
It would be very strange, but I think that would be hilarious.
Get one Malkavian in the mix.
Doing what?
I don't know, just
talking to the weights.
Yeah. You have the bench. The bench is actually spotting you, like the bench itself.
I think that would be a little too cringe then. Just a bunch of obvious VTM people, but like the everyday people don't understand what's going on. Just going in and squatting.
I hate the part that there's actual people there. I hate that part. I don't like that. If it was a rented out gym, I'm okay with it.
The sympathy cringe.
I like me some cringe, like, every once in a while. I do watch content that's just weird people being weird in the comfort of their own home. I think that's fun. I enjoy watching people like just be strange, make whatever they like to make. Good for them. I cannot fucking stand it when they're bothering people in public. I hate it. It makes me
It's
so
not bothering
anxious.
people. It's just people just seeing them doing their stuff and being like, "What? That's weird."
I don't like that. That's weird. Because if I was in the situation, I'd be annoyed. I don't know.
Okay, we'll hire actors.
If it
to
was a
look
rented out
weird.
like room, I'd be okay with it. Because then it's like, all right, there's no like chance that you're gonna get the close up of someone just staring. Where immediately I'm always hit with the I hate that.
I don't know if Slug really wants to cosplay or really wants to work out for a reason.
That kind actually, you are describing what we do in the dark.
Yeah,
You are describing that.
true.
Which is, I have not seen the show. I have only seen the movie. I need to see the show actually. I heard it's good. The movie is great because Taika Waititi is a genius.
But yeah, I do want to do like, again, not necessarily cringe stuff, but I do want to push the envelope of the tabletop community, do stuff, play in different way areas, all that kind of stuff, doing things and just listen. It's a competitive job market out there. I need to show I'm eager and worthwhile to keep along. That's fair. I mean, I'll be more than happy to hire my friends to do weird shit for content. As soon as I get that money flow coming in, you know, get that dosh, go to a Western themed town and play Deadlands. See,
Actually,
I would love.
There's an abandoned mining town up in the mountains an hour away from me that kind of looks like an old west town. It is abandoned, like a ghost town.
Oh,
It's possible.
actually, you know, it'd be super fun going to a haunted location and playing tabletop in the middle of the night. That'd be really fun too.
That'd be so fucking hype. I would love that. I would love to go. There's some great haunted spots nearby. I have it on good authority.
Washington's a
researched bunch.
surprisingly super haunted state.
There's an asylum 3 hours away from both of us. I think it's what equal travel from where we both are. It's supposedly one of the most active in like spooky haunted places, which is what I'd want to do. I'd love to be in a place where, like, according to the ghost experts, we're in danger of being there, because that's fun. That's my shit.
I agree.
Oh my god! I mean, even then, it could just be playing IRL Phasmophobia.
Setting up a fun Phasmophobia game would be really cool in a haunted place like that.
Like just IRL Phasmophobia and like having to go through that. That'd be really fun. I would 100% work on that. I could. Oh my god, that's so doable actually. With like
it is very doable.
The people I have on deck that could help make that happen too. I could get us some decent equipment. And we'd have like 1 or 2 people there that's helping with like camera and like actual operation work. Yeah, no, that's insanely possible. Holy shit.
Yeah. Another fun project. I need like a big cork board of just projects to just lay it all out there, because there's so much. Like, if money wasn't an issue, I would already be doing a lot of this kind of stuff already. Like, yeah, there's a lot in Washington State, really. It's that, like, there's a lot of things that I would love to do. Play tabletops in haunted buildings, roleplay in haunted buildings. Live action Phasmophobia sounds actually really fun now that we've brought it up.
I could make like 2 phone calls and I could possibly get us some stuff set up.
You know what would be funny? We do this project like next month, and that's what gets the channel blown up. Not any
I never
tabletop
got
related
positive,
thing. Just that one video goes viral and everyone's like, oh, this is a fun channel. What the fuck? They talk tabletop all the time. Why the hell did they do this?
Alternatively, if you don't do this, I will for the channel that I am creating. I will 100% do that. Regardless, we're going to do it. That's 100, because the more I think about it, the more honestly, like, we are able to just do that. Like, I could get everything scheduled and figure that out.
If you want to, I will endorse the project and I'll participate.
Yeah, I will. I have 2 buddies that might want to be involved. I'd have to get coordinated with the people who run that area. It's possible. This is literally just stuff I've been doing for the past 3 months, but longer than that. This thing I'd set up just schedules, get everything on lock, and then just go create a thing, edit it up, make something weird.
Yeah. So if you wanna set that up, we can throw it on my channel. We can throw it on your channel, but I'll ask to promote it on my channel as well.
Yep, and I'll shout it back. You'll get the clout too, if it's on mine. We'll share clout. We'll just pass it off.
We'll share. Yeah, we'll share
the clout.
But yeah, I'm totally game for that. Yeah, Washington has a lot of Navy bases.
Oh yeah,
in fact, I live in a Navy base area.
I live nearby one I did.
You did, yeah.
My dad was in the Navy, so we were staying. That's the reason I was in Washington. Like, he got stationed up there. Like, when you mentioned old Navy destroyer, I was like, yeah, I could find one that's in Washington.
And all I gotta say, Slug, is if you find some way to get out to Washington, we'll use you in projects. I have no qualms about getting extra bodies. I don't have the ability to pay for anyone's rent right now, though. So...
Oh my god, Paulsbo donuts. Yo.
They're really good. I love
Paulsbo donuts fucking slap.
My family's big about Paulsbo, but that's because we're Norwegian, so... Whenever my mom comes to visit, she has to go to Paulsbo and go get some lefts.
Paulsbo is a nice place to be.
It is a nice place.
It's nice.
Honestly, it's the nicest place in Kitsap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not even a contest.
Not really.
I would say maybe Bainbridge, but I think Paulsbo
that's because
it's
for rich people. Because Bainbridge is just full of
Paulsbo's also for rich people, though.
Bainbridge is a bit more egregious. I've lived near Paulsbo, like, for most of my life, like within like spitting distance. So I've been there a lot.
Yeah, you know what? Just grab Booter and be like, "Hey, we're moving to Washington." It's gonna be a while before I can pay y'all anything, though. So you'll have to get a job in the meantime. Because unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, first on the pay docket's Alex. And we talked prices on that already.
Yeah, we're already negotiating. I'll get 50% equity of the company.
Equity?
Fine, 70. I'll get 70% equity of the company. And
I don't think you know what equity means.
Do you know what equity means?
Yes.
I don't think you do. Have you seen Shark Tank? Because I have.
I have not seen Shark Tank, but I do know what equity is.
There we go.
No, actually, we haven't even really discussed that part of it yet.
Not in the slightest, actually.
We've only talked about standard rates.
That's about it.
The discussion of royalties might come up more later when we have something royalty worthy on the channel. But right now, like, there's no real such thing as royalty. It's mostly just whatever money I'm getting in is going back into the company, which is mostly going to go to Alex At least starting out.
Wahoo!
Like everything that everything that the channel makes in its early days is gonna go to Alex to pay for someone to do my editing so I can produce twice the content.
And that'll go straight into fucking Warhammer. Who needs food?
Nerding comes full circle.
I don't need food. I need a $400 Tyranid model.
But yeah, so getting Alex on part-time then full-time. Maybe it's true.
It
Especially
is
in
actually
Washington.
quite possible. If you name drop Paul's bow, there's a solid chance that like
Yeah, at least know
you
Alex's parents probably.
Oh God, actually, that's the most. That's the most that'll be said. I am not having personal shit dropped on here, but that's actually a possibility.
That's actually a possibility, yeah. I'm from Wenatchee. I was born and raised in Wenatchee, so there's a good chance just because Wenatchee's literally like smack dab center of the state. But yeah, it's there's a the big thing I'm waiting for, honestly, is once we get a channel, we can start doing like donation stuff. You guys can donate to the channel, call outs, all that kind of stuff. Get all kinds of fun stuff going here and there. Hopefully Twitch switches to the open or they remove their what's it called?
What is the word? Exclusivity deal.
Exclusivity, yeah. Hopefully they remove their exclusivity soon, because we get most of our viewers on Twitch pretty standardly, though we get a fair number of YouTubers as well. Once Twitch does that, we're gonna have a lot more available, and then once we get 1,000 subs on YouTube and we become official YouTube partners, then we'll be able to do stuff on YouTube as well. No, you just DM me directly to get in on the game with your schedule. And Twitch, I don't think has said anything on the exclusivity yet. Let me double check real quick.
It was a thing they are looking to do.
They said they were doing it this summer.
Yeah, it's plans. They didn't give to my knowledge, they didn't give a date, because a lot of ways the news broke was because a lot of streamers are jumping ship from Twitch.
Yeah, something announced in April, and they were saying, okay, we're going to remove exclusivity, but we're going to be taking a bigger cut from our partners. So, yeah. Twitch is considering multiple proposals to rethink payment structures, including one that would cut top streamers' share of subscriptions from 70 to 50%. And another would establish multiple pay tiers with different requirements. And broadcasters might receive further incentive to run more ads for unsubscribed viewers. So there's that kind of stuff like that. In the end, it really doesn't matter. It's better to make some money on Twitch than no money on Twitch.
True. The more ads thing is really annoying, because
it is really annoying.
It's so hard to want to browse Twitch content when if I see an interesting stream idea, I immediately have to wait for 4 ads to play before I can even see what's happening. And then by chance, I might have missed the cool thing I wanted to look at.
But, that's I hate. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, everyone hates that. But that doesn't affect us because, like I said, it doesn't matter who you are. It's going to be on everywhere on Twitch. So, like, it wouldn't be we would be jumping into a tier. Though, if they do garbage bottom tier, like, oh, yeah, we'll let you do it, but you have to play five ads an hour or something like that. for like the bottom tier, I might not even do it then. But yeah, there's a lot of ads. I will condone. I do not condone officially anything that subverts ad revenue for both Twitch and YouTube or to its content creators. That officially being said, I am aware of those ways.
Yeah, there's actually been a big migration, Starflurry. Like, the big two names that come to my head was Saikuno left, got a really good deal from YouTube, and so did Ludwig. There's a few more, I want to say.
Yeah, Ludwig left well before this whole thing was even like brought up, though.
Yeah, he got hit up with like a real nice deal of YouTube.
Yeah.
Deal was pretty nice, and according to him, like, another thing too was like a big reason he left was because when he went into negotiations with Twitch, they just refused to budge on anything, and they said, "All right, bye."
Yep.
And meanwhile, Ludwig has made them fucking big. So, like, you know.
Yep.
He did get an interview with Susan Wojcicki out of it too.
So, you know, it's a big thing of like stuff is opening up in the market overall. So we're going to have a lot more, I believe, revenue streams soon. And also, again, my job is to make this profitable. So I'm also thinking of other things we can do outside of just streaming and creating content to make revenue as well. So a lot of what we get initially is just going to go right back in and hopefully diversifying and creating a big enough portfolio of income where we are going to be able to do more stuff, you know. And that's why a lot of YouTubers, I think one of the big pitfalls for a lot of YouTubers is once they start making money, they just start using that as their base income for everything. Like, there's some people who start making like $1,000 a month and like, oh, I'll just go YouTube full time, and then they live off that 1,000 rather than putting it back into their channel, and so their channels grow really, really slowly. And I'm fortunate to be in a situation where I can focus solely on content creation stuff, but a lot of it, yeah, and that's true. And I think hopefully Twitch understands this and starts helping their content creators more, because that can only benefit the community in general.
And on the other end of it too, I really hope that if Twitch starts to pick up their game, YouTube will pick up their game, because YouTube live streaming is incredibly behind, despite the fact it's such a big company. There's a lot of very core things that just shouldn't work like that, like gifting like subscribers and rating people should not have been as either long awaited or as difficult as YouTube made them.
Yeah. So, you know, like, and that's the thing is like, that's why I'm going to be getting Alex on board as an editor, you know, either part-time or full-time, depending on what we get, is because if he edits for me, even part-time, that will double the amount of videos I can produce in a week on the channel. That is a massive increase as far as like what the channel is putting out. That'll improve algorithm. The algorithm will like us more. That'll improve video revenues on the channel. And I'll be still doing the same amount of work and getting twice as much out of it. And the thing is that this will also more than likely make it where the channel is just making more money, you know. Not only that, but most YouTube channels really get by on getting sponsors. And so having more content for sponsoring, very, very good. Yeah, for real.
That'd be funny.
I say it all the time.
Yeah, everyone's got like their core stuff that they default to. I know there's a good few things I say constantly. I say hype a lot. That is one thing I've noticed.
Yeah. But you know, so like there's that as well, is whatever I can pay into Alex producing content on the channel gives me the ability to produce in other ways or to help the channel in other ways. And I mean, I still have to record everything. I still have to get everything over. So it's not like it's completely just 100% doubling, because I still have to do the same, or at least some work on those other videos. But when we do that, and when we start getting more sponsorships, when we start getting more people in the tabletop community, because there's all kinds of Kickstarters in the tabletop community right now. A lot of Kickstarters are also more than happy to sponsor videos for channels as a part of their thing, and paying, you know, a few $100s here or there. I mean, a lot of Kickstarters consider in their pricing sponsoring and advertising as well. So, like, there's a lot that can go into making the channel bigger. And then the bigger the channel is, the more funds I can allocate to getting community events going. And the more funds I can allocate to improving video quality, doing different types of content, all that kind of stuff. It's hard starting out. And even a year from now, the channel is not going to be making that much. Like, honestly, I don't even think I can officially hire Alex on, and like, until maybe the end of the year at the earliest, depending on circumstances.
Sounds about right.
Why is it that I can pay for sound alerts with bits, but I can't donate bits directly? It depends on the channel and what you can do. There's some channels that just have bit donations.
Maybe it's because, I don't know if it's because you're not a partner or not affiliate or whatever the term is for what you were at.
Well, a lot of the widget stuff is also just not working as it should because we're not an affiliate. So that will all get figured out, and definitely we'll make it where, you know, if you want to just donate, you can donate. I also will probably create channels where you can donate to me more directly than going through services, because those services always take a cut, and I don't feel like that's appropriate, especially if it's something like Twitch, who already gets a cut for like ad revenue, and when someone like subscribes to a channel. Yeah, sound alerts is also broken. Yeah, those are currently not working because we're not an affiliate. We did have them at one point though, and they will come back as soon as Twitch opens up, because unfortunately right now it is not good for the channel to be solely on Twitch for our live content. We get much more visibility on YouTube, and thus will grow a lot more on YouTube. So when that opens up, we'll do so. I do know by the end of next month, we will be getting at least YouTube live stuff going on, because we'll be a YouTube partner sometime around that point. And then we can do some shout outs, some donations, all that kind of stuff. We'll get new widgets. I'll probably even change the whole scene to better accommodate what we're going to be doing at that point. And, you know, we're going to make it more of an interactive experience. We're going to be making it more general. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and it just requires us to make that final step into YouTube partner, because once we're official YouTube partners, then we can get more sponsorships, because, you know, getting a channel that gets thousands of views in a month, you know, like this last month, I mean, we got like 10,000 views or something like that on our content. Like, that's something for prospective sponsors out there to look at, you know. And though it's not the millions that some of the big channels get, it's still something that some people, like $5 Shave Club and Sasquatch probably, or Dr. Squatch or whatever, like, I'm sure they're just like throwing whatever at whatever. a lot of my work as well is just going to be filtering through sponsorship emails and
True.
picking out good ones and sorting through the scammy ones. But once we're more known in the tabletop community, which is not hard, like I said, Paizo will start promoting the channel once we hit about 1,000 subs as well. We will just more and more opportunities will start coming in. Oh, hello, Grave. Unfortunately, you're kidding us. We're about in our last 10 minutes of the stream, but we're just talking about, can we get some Raid Shadow Legends? I mean, honestly, anyone can do Raid Shadow Legends. There's like a widget on Twitch for affiliates where they can just get a Raid Shadow Legends link and put it in their videos, and then every person who comes in gets like $5 to them or something like that. So, and that kind of stuff. I mean, to be fair, I've played Raid Shadow Legends. It's not a bad game.
It's just another gacha game.
It's another gacha game. And I would even go as far as to say it's not any worse of a gacha game than other gacha games out there.
Yeah.
At least it has endgame content, unlike Genshin Impact, which has no endgame content.
Do you know they're making Space Genshin?
Yes.
Got announced.
I'm just surprised they had. Trust me, whales. Less than like 1% of a player base pays for a whole game, and it's usually in the billions of dollars.
True. I wish the whales for Warframe could, speed up development for cross save, but
Yeah.
It's like all I want. I just want cross save for that game so fucking bad.
And to be fair, Raid Shadow Legends, again, most of what their stuff is predominantly just click-through rate stuff where they don't pay for the sponsorship. The sponsorship is they mention it, and then the player gets a cut for every person that comes in. And it's usually like $50 or something like that for the bigger channels. There's no endgame content because there's no endgame yet. It's still coming out. That's not how endgame works. If your game doesn't come out with endgame content and there is no endgame content for over a year, that is an issue. They shouldn't have narrative. Any game can come out with endgame content and keep releasing new endgame content and expansions. So it's that's just not how it works. You need your players to actually have a reason to gear up their accounts. In Genshin Impact, there's absolutely no reason. Once you can get through the weekly, like I can't remember what it's called, the Rift or the Gate or whatever it is, where you do like the 10 fights or whatever. Once you can do that, there's no other reason to power up in Genshin Impact. Absolutely nothing in that game is challenging enough to require you to do anything. Which is why I stopped playing it, because it's fun, but you can only go and collect mushrooms around forests so often.
Yeah, the only reason to play it super far is just because you purely like how it plays.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, Genshin Impact has some fun play stuff. I like a lot of how the characters play and all that kind of stuff. I like a lot of the characters.
Had some fun little like stuff you could do.
But endgame, I like a challenge. I want the game to force me to work hard, and the game doesn't. The game forces you to grind, and that's not the same. But yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is predominantly going to be either sponsorship or it's going to be based on viewer donations are going to be a lot of our early income on the channel. And even that is not going to be something I don't feel is going to be super substantial. Maybe a couple $100 a month, depending. The sponsorships are where the real money is going to come in. And then once all that gets in, just paying Alex to do some videos so that I can increase the number of videos on the channel so that we can get more views, more people interested, more people doing stuff. And yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. Can we delete that comment real quick?
I think you would deserve it
No,
for
I
all
don't
the
want to do
shit I have
that.
to put up with.
What do you
The
mean?
least
What? How is that equitable?
the
How is that
least you could
equitable?
do is earn your paychecks.
I'm not gonna do it that way.
This was an idea a while ago.
It was. I remember that. The talk was specifically, it's not throwing money at me, it's throwing Warhammer boxes at me.
Uh
Because that's motivating. Just use a quarterstaff. Yeah, find a way to make it D&D themed.
Yep. It's there we got a lot. There's a lot coming up. There's a lot coming through. I'm pretty stoked for everything in general. I'm excited for these giveaways that we're going to be doing here soon. I'm excited for looking into more game systems, having the community come together and vote on game systems, getting people that representation they so crave. There's so many people out there who want to have their game at least brought into the public eye. And you know what? Damn it, we'll do that for you.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah. We're gonna get everyone to play D&D and D&D like stuff and new stuff. Games you've
and
never
new
heard
stuff.
of.
Games you wouldn't even know existed. And maybe some live action Phasmophobia soon.
That'd be fun.
So, like I said, you
I'll
get
figure out
that.
a way to do that.
If you start on that project, I will do everything in my power. I'll promote it on Twitter. I will get it hyped on the channel. Maybe we'll even do a giveaway for it, something like that. And we can make it a big thing. We can.
Yeah, I think the reason I'll at least want to take the brunt on it is because like I don't see it promoting growth. Because Phasmophobia is fucking dead. Like in at least the YouTube content creation sphere, it's kind of it's been done, but it
Well,
sounds
yeah.
fun. It sounds so fun, and it would be cool. So
I think it would be fun. I think it'd be
it'd be
worth it.
very fun.
I think it'd be a fun little shake up, a fun little event, and a good dip in the toes in the future of possible weird stuff to do on the channel. So,
True.
like, I definitely am not opposed to working on any such projects, and yeah, I mean, we got so much to do. Like I said, this weekend I'm going to start getting in talks about having our first guest appearance on the show, and we're going to be having our giveaways over the next couple weeks. And yeah, I have a strong feeling June's going to be a really big month for the channel, and probably the next few months after that. So, but with that, I'm tired. I'm
That's
exhausted.
fair.
I lost energy like halfway through, and I've been just trying to continue talking for the rest of it. But that is going to be the end of Tabletop for today. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to all the players who immediately hopped on to the new Pathfinder game. You've all been marked down. I will be getting to setting up a schedule as soon as I can so that we can figure out if we need anyone else or anything like that. And I will be getting the official framework for the giveaway rules on the Discord so that for those who are interested in participating in the giveaway can come on and we can get that all nice and figure it out. But with that, we're going to go ahead and say good night.
Good night.